We're back to talk it over with Aces coach Darren Peach on the field right after the side to the 25. And they're going to run him out of bounds and around the 29. He's finally brought down. And around the 29-yard line, some of the Mount Zion fans booed, thinking there should be a penalty, but the fact is he was not out of bounds. The whistle didn't blow, and we had to get him out of bounds, so no late hit or no out-of-bounds hit there. And a return of 21 yards, and Mount Zion has the ball at their own 29-yard line.
Well, you're right, Dan. He stood up on the sideline, and nothing was happening. No whistle had blown, so we just finally got a good lick on him and got him out of bounds.
All right, here comes Mount Zion. Look, they come out of an empty backfield on first down. The quarterback is Hendrickson. 2 to the left side, 3 receivers to the right on first down, no less. Man in motion, and he gets the handoff. Countering back to the right side, we stuffed that. Conrad leads the way. Didn't get fooled. Justin Schultz brought down for a loss. Back inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. The first play for Mount Zion results in a 5-yard loss, and it's 2nd and 15. So we're underway, and Mount Zion with a big defensive play by Conrad, the leading tackler on the Mount Carmel team, the inside linebacker.
That may be the story of the whole game. Good defense by both teams.
There's Chris Johnston on one of the defensive ends. He's raring to go today. There's Josh Woods on the other side. Now it's 2nd and 15. Receivers are split left and right. Backs in the deuce for Hendrickson. He backs up, wants to throw. Looking to the left side. And the pass is caught at the 30. And he's wrapped up finally. Got by one man. But only about a couple more yards. Drone brought him down. The receiver, Tim Vettel. He's perhaps their best athlete out there. Pass catch to the 32. Gain of 7 on the pass play. And a first down. And a now 3rd and 7 for Mount Zion. Pass caught by Vettel. He's a 6'4", 185-pound senior. And one of the members of the great Mount Zion basketball team they had here. They've got some good athletes going through the school right now in Mount Zion. They always seemingly have a good football team. 3rd and 7 now. Let's see what the Braves do here. They're on this side, hash marks. They're going to do a slot to the left with the backs in the offset deuce. And a man in motion. And here's Hendrickson. He goes left to right. Hendrickson backs up, wants to throw. Looking in. The pass is tipped by Buss. Incomplete. Good job by Tyler Buss. And 4th down it will be. A little slant pass intended for Vettel, tipped by Buss up in the air and out of bounds, and Mount Zion looks to give up the football.
Yeah, what do you think about that? The first 3 plays, Mount Zion throws twice. They're straight-up run teams, all we've heard all week.
Yeah, so they throw the ball a little bit more than what we think. Of course, that's the nice thing about the playoffs. You do things differently. It looks like Vettel's back to do the punting, too. He does a little bit of everything. He's inside his 20. That could lead to a strange play before the end of the day. And there is the kick. It's high, and the wind carries it. Butler watches it go behind him. It stays inbounds and rolls another 10 yards down to the 22. Well, that turns into a very nice kick. 28-17, 45 yards by Vettel and no return. Nice roll for the Braves. And the Aces take over for the first time, 1st and 10 from their 23-yard line. Channel 12 replays of the game, fans, tonight at 10 o'clock. And then tomorrow afternoon at 4 on UPN 12, WCJT.
Well, big series announced. Mount Carmel comes out with the ball for the first time. We held them to nothing out of a 1:48 drive. Let's get something on the board here.
Now Jones sets the club down with wings both ways. Spread wide, 1 setback, and now a man in motion. Butler is the setback. Drone, midline option. Nope, there's the pitch. And here is Storkman, left side, 35. And he's out of bounds just around that mark to the 35. First down carry by Clayton Storkman on a sweep to the left side. Give him a gain of 11. First down for the Aces on the first play. They have the ball.
A nice pitch by Luke Drone. They had him shut down right at the line. Nice kick outside to Storkman, who turned the corner and got nice gain for the first play from scrimmage for Mount Carmel.
So call it the 34-yard line. It's 1st and 10. We've played 2 minutes. Aces with the ball. Brewer checks out wide to the right side. The wings are both ways. 1 setback Butler. And Jacob gets the call. Powers up the middle. He gets to around the 35-yard line. Gain of 1. Tough going up there. Getting up off the stack is Horton. On the defensive line, Adams, of course, is the center. For the Aces, Drone gets the signal. He has Summers in the backfield as a wing. And Storkman with Butler. He's the lone setback. Now Hamill's the tight end, forms the strong side to the left side. Brewer's the wide out to the right. 2nd and 8 after the pickup of 2 by the setback Butler. And Drone follows him. Left side, breaks open to the 50, 45, 40. He might score. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Drone! Luke Drone scores the touchdown on a 56-yard run. A great run, call it 62 yards actually for the touchdown. Mount Zion almost caught him from behind. In fact, he actually fell into the end zone after being tripped up at the goal line. Luke Drone. Call it a 65-yard run. That's what it is officially. The Aces lead 6-0. On their third play of the day, Drone a midline option. He turned it up and wasn't touched. And the Aces lead 6-0. Now Howard's going to hold for Wolf. The Aces will try to tack on the point after he's kicking into the wind. Here comes the snap. Ball down. The kick is up. It's a low-slung click, and it may be no good. It is no good. But the Aces stun Mount Zion with a 65-yard touchdown run by Luke Drone. And they lead 6-0. Back to Mount Zion in just a moment.
Robert Walter Furniture Company in Mount Carmel is slashing prices to rock bottom during their store-wide clearance sale. Now's the time to find the best deals on the best furniture. Robert Walter Furniture Company is closing out all dining room and living room suites, and that means big savings for you. Plus, Robert Walter Furniture has special prices on all bedding during this big sale. If you're looking for quality name-brand furniture and bedding at discount prices, look no further than Robert Walter Furniture Company, 528 Market Street, Mount Carmel, serving the Wabash County area since 1868.
65 yards in the Aces' third play from scrimmage, and they're off and running. Mount Carmel leads 6-0. Here's the kick. Schultz grabs it around the 5 to the 10, up the middle of the field. 15-20, cuts it left side. He's slowed up by Cheeseman, keeps on his feet, and is finally brought down at around the 30-yard line. Actually, may have been Brett Miller on that initial slow up, and the ball carried down to 30.
Scholl's got good speed for Mount Zion. He's run a couple kickoffs back for 10 and 20 yards, so he's somebody to watch in their backfield. This crowd from Mount Zion is shocked
at how quickly it happened. Less than 3 minutes into the game, and the Aces lead 6-0 on a 65-yard touchdown pass. Now the Braves set it up, receivers left and right, backs in the deuce, and Hendrickson rolls to the left, hands it off. Ball carrier gets a yard or two to around the 31-yard line. And on the carry for the Braves, there's Donnie Remley, first carry of the day, the 5'10", 176-pound senior, the leading rusher on the Mount Zion team, near the 600-yard mark on the year. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Straw getting up off the stack for the Aces.
Remley's their workhorse. He did not even see the ball. The first series of downs, they gave the ball one time to Scholes and threw it 2 other times. And then they punted. Mount Carmel snatched it back and got the first score of the game.
Now the Braves send a receiver to the right side, a flanker to the left. The back's in the offset slant left, strong side right way. We've got motion on both sides of the line as a man goes in motion. That's going to cost the Braves 5 yards. They had Ben McCauley in motion. Then Caleb Damery started. He jumped on the line, at least that's what we believe, and it'll cost the Braves 5 yards.
The Mount Carmel line understood what happened. That big number 32 out there, Jonathan Peters, I believe. Is that right? Over on the left side of the line. When he saw him jump, he smashed somebody over there, and the flags had to fly. That's the first penalty of the game, and it's against Mount Zion.
And the 5-yard walk-up makes it 2nd and 14. If you just tuned in, Mount Carmel already has the lead. 6-0. Our third play from scrimmage, Luke Drone, a midline option, kept it. Rolled up the middle, almost untouched. 65 yards for a touchdown. The Aces mixed the extra point. 6-0 now. Is Mount Zion going to have to call a timeout? They look a little confused. Now they bring it out finally. They send a slot and a wide out over to the left side. The wide out to the left side, almost near the sideline. Now they have to call a timeout as they faced another 5-yard penalty for time. So timeout on the field. Aces already with a score on the board. They lead 6-0 back in 30.
In Mount Carmel, see your good neighbor, State Farm agent Dan Schonert, for all your insurance needs.
The 5-yard penalty, 2nd and 14. Let's see what Hendrickson does. Backs up, wants to throw, and the ball's knocked away from him. He falls back on it. Now there's a scramble. The Aces may have it. It is not a pass. It's a fumble. Mount Carmel has the football.
Well, it's quite a play back there on the backfield. I don't know who got him, but he was almost in the throwing motion, had the ball up to throw, and he got a knock loose, recovered by Mount Carmel.
The Aces come out with the football. The quarterback was knocked before he started his throwing motion. It was ruled a fumble. It looked like Hendrickson might have fallen back on it. Then it squirted loose, and the Aces pick it up at the 22-yard line of Mount Zion. So the Aces with the football, 1st and 10. 2 wings, 1 setback. Butler, Brewer, wide out to the left side. Man in motion. Drone follows Butler, optioning inside the 20 down near the 19-yard line. Give him a gain of 3, Luke Drone. And the Aces now have a 2nd and 7. Last week, Mount Zion's defense knocked the Freeburg quarterback out of the game, as they did not give him any time at all. So that's another aspect of the Mount Carmel offense. We have to really watch those Braves and give Luke time to do what he wants to do. Now, Butler, the lone setback, wings are left and right. It's Summers and Storkman. Brewer, the wideout, man in motion. Drone follows the left guard and powers his way inside the 10. Still pushing. Finally, they blow him down at around the 8-yard line. That's a first down run of 11 yards, and the Aces have it 1st and goal.
Well, Luke Drone's got 3 runs, 65 yards, 3 yards, and now 11 yards, and they're going to start keying on him in the backfield. 1st and goal from the 9.
The Aces bidding to score again here quickly in the first period after Mount Zion turned the ball over. Brewer checks out wide to the right side. They're on this hash mark on our side of the field, moving from left to right. A man in motion, and there's the handoff to Storkman. Tries to cut outside. He's brought down, not much that time. Mount Zion strung it out well. Give him just 1, and it'll be 2nd and goal from the Mount Zion 8.
But Mount Zion's defense is very quick laterally to the ball, and they did a nice job surrounding it that time.
The winner of this game faces either Benton or Macomb. Those two teams playing today in another quarterfinal round matchup, and that game begins at 2 o'clock in Benton. Benton 11-0, Macomb 8-3.
I'm cheering for the Benton Rangers.
I am too. 2nd down and goal. Here's Brewer wide to the right side. Wings are both ways, and Drone has Butler behind him. And some motion, and it looks like he drew Mount Zion offsides, and he did.
Well, that's one thing Mount Carmel does so well. They did all week last week to Nashville about 3 important times when they got very little yardage on a first down. They go with a long count, and they jumped 5 yards against Mount Zion.
Little stutter count. That'll move the ball closer to the goal line. It's on the Braves. Half the distance to the goal line, they'll move the football. Aces get right up to the line. They're ready to go, but they've got to move the ball. And it'll be 2nd and goal from the Mount Zion 4. The coach of the Mount Zion Braves is Tim Nolan. He's from Newton, John Hart's hometown. And he's here in Mount Zion. Now, from the 4, the Aces line it up. 1 man in motion. Drone follows Butler. Tries to push it in. Left side. The whole Mount Zion line and then some is there to push him back. Let's see where they give it forward progress to. Looks like about the 1 or the 1.5 yard line, which will create 3rd and goal. No, they mark it further back than that at about the 2. So a gain of 1 by Drone. And it's 3rd and goal from the Aces. Now we're going to bring the big boys into the game.
Here comes the Hogs.
Yep. Here comes Straw into the game.
Also Josh Woods in the backfield.
Yep. And Steve Isle lines it up on the right side at tight end. And here is the handoff. And wait a minute, they blow the play dead. Flags fly. The officials stop the play as the handoff went to Storkman. Remember, we don't have Grant in this situation, so Storkman was the middle back in the big backfield. And this will cost the offense. And it'll go 5 yards back the other way on an illegal procedure call against the Aces.
Scott, I said earlier, number 32 was Jonathan Peters. I think that's Stephen Isle.
Yeah, it's got to be Isle.
It's Isle, we're number 32.
Yeah. And Isle lines up on that big backfield set. He lines up at tight end. All right, so they mark it back 5 yards. It's out to near the 9-yard line. It's 3rd and goal now for the Aces. Brewer sends it out wide to the right side, 1 left side, 1 setback, 2 wings. Drone calls. 1 man in motion. He's going to throw the ball. Looking for the corner of the end zone. He's got it. Brewer, did he get in?
Boy,
right on the pylon.
What a great catch by Michael Brewer right at the goal line, about a half a step out of the goal.
He did not get over the line. He was knocked out of bounds shy. And a flag is down on the play. A flag is down. So let's see what that is going to be. A little turnout to Brewer in the corner of the end zone. It's on the Aces. Pass interference is the call.
Wow.
Offensive pass interference on a play from the 8-yard line. I guess somebody pushed somebody, Brewer did, or something. We couldn't see it over on the far side of the field as well, but it is against the Aces, and that'll be a major walk-off now. It'll still be 3rd and goal, but from a lot further back. And this is the end of the field we're kicking into the wind on, so a kick is not an option. They'll mark this one all the way back to where? The officials just carrying the football around. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Where's he going to put it? Now they've lost where they were. All the marker guys have moved, so the official's guessing over there on the sideline where the play was, because the guy left his mark on the chain gang. Okay, let's just go on a stroll here across the 20. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, the 23 looks good. That's where the Aces will have the ball now on 3rd and goal from the Mount Zion 23. It'll be 4th. Well, they lost it down. That's right, pass interference. So it's 4th and goal from the 23.
Well, that is a huge penalty against Mount Carmel. That really changes the looks of this thing.
And we got a goal for the end zone, too, on this. Here comes Brian Grant into the game. Remember, Grant is hobbled. Lee Anderson comes into the game. We're going to go vertical here. We're going to go empty backfield. Howard's into the game. Left side, Storkman as well. 5 in pattern. Trips to the lower side. The right side, and Jerome is popped as he delivers the ball incomplete. Incomplete. Mount Zion takes over, and it was Josh Tarian, a 250-pound senior, that decked Drone as he delivered the ball.
Boy, nice pass rush by Mount Zion. No time for Luke Drone.
So 1st and 10 now. Mount Zion will take over. This Mount Zion team likes to go side to side, about like Bethalto Civic Memorial, with about as effective, but they don't have the speed Bethalto had. That's the team Mount Carmel was beaten by in the regular season, 28-21. Mount Carmel has won 8 in a row since. Now Mount Zion lines it up 1st and 10. Hendrickson options to the left. He gets nowhere. Isle brings him down, a host of others. Let's see. Maybe Progress marks him back to the line if they give him that much. Straw gets up as well off that stack up and give him a yard loss back to the 22. 2nd and 11 now for Mount Zion. 6-0 Aces lead. They scored on their 3rd play from scrimmage, a 65-yard run up the middle by Luke Drone on a midline option, coming barely 2 minutes into the game.
Boy, Mount Zion has rushed the ball 3 times, a loss of 5, loss of 1, and a gain of 1, so they may go to the air right now.
Let's see what they do. They send 2 receivers out to the left side. The back's in the deuce. Strong side right. Hendrickson calls. Sends a man in motion. That's Schultz. He goes to the right side. Here is the quarterback rolling left. They're in hot pursuit. He gets rid of the ball, throwing off against himself, and it goes out of bounds. He threw on the run back to the opposite side across his body. Incomplete to the 35, and he had Josh Woods bearing down on it. Incomplete, 3rd down. And we're really causing the Braves fits early on.
Well, we talked about what kind of defensive matchup this might be. Right now, Mount Carmel's defense looks sharp as well.
Even though we know Mount Zion really doesn't go vertical at all, they don't go long. They do run patterns. They can do Z's and other cuts. Whatever they may run route-wise, it'll get them eventually free up the middle of the field or down the sideline. So we've always got to watch for that. But they really don't push it vertically, according to what we saw on the film. 3rd down and 11 now. Hendrickson backs up. Everybody floods to the right side. He throws that way. The pass is caught. 1st down on a turn-in. He's brought down right away, but that's a 1st down catch at the 34-yard line. A pass play of 12 yards and a completion. And the Braves have a 1st down, something they desperately needed. The pass is caught by Tim Vettel. He is a ton to work with. 6'4" he is. He is quite a talent, Tim Vettel. 1st down for the Braves. Now that's an example of throwing when they had to throw, though, and that's what we've heard about Mount Zion. They're not going to throw too much. Well, of course, we've already seen them on 1st down throw the ball, so the tendency sheet's already gone out the window. Now the Braves bring a slot and a wideout out to the left side. Backs in the offset. And here is the quarterback handing off. Rolling up the left side. The ball carried to around the 40, 41-yard line. Just pushed hard with the left side of the line leading the way. And on the run that time is Donnie Remley. Gains 5, 2nd down. Just pure effort that time. The big push over left tackle.
Nice push by the offensive line from Mount Zion. That's their biggest rush of the day, 5 yards.
Down to 3:52 to go in the 1st period of play. Thanks for listening to WSJD, Princeton, Mount Carmel, and all around the world at acesfootball.com. Now Vettel checks out wide to the right side, backs in the deuce, strong side left. Slot man in motion now for Hendrickson, the quarterback. He backs up, wants to throw. Looking to the right side for Vettel. Did he catch it? Give him the catch. He's brought down immediately, but that 6'4" body of Vettel managed to pull it down anyway, despite good coverage by Howard. They mark him at the 45. Looks like enough for the 1st down. Yes, half a yard. 1st down, Mount Zion. Pass catch of 5 yards and another 1st down for the Braves. You know, there's not much you do there. A little comebacker got just ahead of the markers and caught the ball. I mean, 6'4", he's a great athlete. He can catch anything. Howard covered him well.
And Jake Howard's going to have some trouble there. He's given up 6 inches or so.
Now slot to the left side, a receiver that way, hand off to the up back. He powers his way across midfield, all the way to the 49. Remley followed his blocks, and that's as good as Mount Zion's look. They pushed us around the last 2 times now. Remley's carried the ball. Gain of 5 for the second straight time. 2nd down and 5 for the Braves.
It was a very nice push by the offensive line. Mount Carmel's got to find an answer right here on defense to stop this little run.
Well, the Braves were 3 and out on their first possession, fumbled the ball in their second, appeared confused, but now they're starting to roll a little bit now. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5, line of scrimmage to 49. Receiver to the left side and a flanker to the right side. Backs are in the offset. Hendrickson hands off, ball carrier steps outside. That's Remley. Now dives in. Caught by Butler at the 43, but that's a first down. A gain of 8 by Remley. In his last 3 carries, he's had 2 carries of 5 and 1 of 8. First down for Mount Zion.
And he's got pretty good speed when he gets to the outside.
Mark the ball down now at the Aces 43-yard line. Mount Zion on its best drive of the day so far. And we're down to 2:42 to go in the first period. Mount Carmel leads 6-0.
Well, you knew it wouldn't be easy up here.
Now let's see what the Braves do here. They send Tim Vettel out to the left side. A wide out is Justin Schultz to the right. Backs are in the deuce. And here's Hendrickson's call. He backs up, wants to throw. Looking long in the fly. Vettel's open. He couldn't catch it. He was wide open. He ate Howard up on the left side. Jake really bit hard. He hasn't done that in weeks, but luckily they couldn't get the ball to Vettel. Jake's kind of holding his head down a little bit as he comes back. That was more like our coverage in the first half of the season. We've done very well lately. Thank goodness he didn't make connections. Incomplete, 2nd down. That was an easy touchdown if he makes the catch.
Yeah, Vettel made a nice little head and shoulders fake to the inside. Jake Howard bought it, and he went right by him and could not catch up with the pass.
Wonder how much those fakes cost. You know, those players, you always hear an announcer say they bought the fake. How much do those cost?
Well, it depends whether they catch it or not.
I bet Jake could want his money back. 2nd down and 10 after that incompletion. Now a slot to the right side, backs in the deuce. And here's Hendrickson. He picks out the running back. Remley pushes hard. This time the Aces are there a little bit tougher on defense. He only gets 2 or 3 to the 40. A push over the left side. Let's see who gets up last off that stack. It's Steve Isle. And Conrad as well. 3rd and 7 now for the Braves. And we're at the 2-minute mark of the first period. Now Carmel leads 6-0. The Aces trying to earn a berth in the semifinals for the 5th time in school history and 2nd in a row. Isles wearing 30. I've never seen the 32. Okay, I did. Thanks. Now the ball carrier's brought down for a loss back at the 45-yard line. That did not go anywhere for the Braves. A big stop for the Aces, a loss of 5 on the play. And it'll be long now for the Braves. And that time things didn't work out for Eric Law. 4th and 12 now for Mount Zion. Boy, what a big play at the right time, huh? Looks like Mount Zion's going to kick it away, try to pin the Aces deep. So they're going to try to pin Mount Carmel deep. They're going to try to punt it while they've got the wind to their back. And Vettel is going to do it. Remember now, he can also run a fake. 4th and 12. Here's the snap. And he does deliver the boot. It's a line driver, and it will bounce it around the 15, inside the 10, still bouncing finally out of bounds at around the 11. Luke Drone watched it go out of bounds. So the Aces will take over at about their own 11-yard line after a kick of 34 yards. 58.6 seconds to go here in the first period. Now Carmel leads 6-0, and the Aces have the ball.
Well, Mount Carmel defense held. We gave up a couple first downs in that rally. 2 first downs and 1 on a pass, 1 on a nice run by Remley. Now it's our ball again at the 11. Let's get something done.
All right, on the left side, there's Tyler Haycraft and Horton on the left side at guard and tackle, respectively. And on first down, there's a handoff. Ball carrier rolling to the right side. Across the 15-yard line to around the 18 goes Storkman. Nice chunk on first down. Give him 7, 2nd and 3. We're inside 40 seconds now to go in the first period. Aces lead 6-0.
Nice play by Mount Carmel. Looked like it might be the option as Drone rolled to the right side. He hit the cutter going through there. Storkman for 7 yards.
Now Brewer will check out wide to the left side. Hamill, the tight end, forms the strong side to the right. Now the one wing stays in the backfield as an offset. Butler and Storkman back there. Summers the wing to the left side. Drone calls. And and sets down. And here is Luke keeping himself right side across the 20. First down into around the 23-yard line he goes. He's knocked out of bounds with 8.7 seconds to go. Summers over there helping to lead the way. And that's a first down for the Aces to the 23.
You can see the guys from Mount Zion, they don't want to just knock him out of bounds. They want to put a little lick on Luke Drone after that 65-yard run to get points on the board for Mount Carmel.
That was on the third play from scrimmage for the Aces on their first drive, right up the middle, a midline option. He wasn't even touched. He shot through the secondary, and they were chasing him the rest of the time and almost caught him, by the way. Now the Aces set it down. This will be the last play of the first period. One man in motion. There's Drone. He picks out the tailback. And not much there for the ball carry to around the 25-yard line. Gain of a long 2 on the final play of the first period. That carry by Summers for 2, and that ends the first frame. Aces lead Mount Zion 6-0 here in the Class 4A quarterfinals. We're back with quarter number 2 in just a moment.
When you need someone to turn to
at Lawrenceville Manor,
no one's coming through.
when you need a smile,
When you need a friend to lean on,
we'll be there.
We'll be there for you.
We promise.
Know that we will stand by, stand by. We will stand by you. Know that we will stand
At Lawrenceville Manor,
stand
we'll be
by.
there with a smile.
We will stand by you.
We promise.
Show me the money. This is Rodney Bishop of Bishop Motors inviting you to stop by and check out our fine selection of used cars, trucks, and vans.
You'll find quality program vehicles from major manufacturers at Bishop Motors, plus vehicles as low as $24.95. Our quality selection and prices can't be beat.
Show me the money.
Remember to show him the green because Rodney needs the money. Stop by and see Rodney today at Bishop Motors, Highway 15, west of the intersection of 9th and Poplar in Mount Carmel.
Show me the money.
24-yard line. Drone sends a man in motion. Hands off. No, keeps himself. To the right side he goes. 2 near the 30-yard line. Give him about 5 on the play on the keeper by the quarterback. It'll be 3rd and 4 for the Aces. An impressive first quarter for Luke Drone, right, Mark?
Yeah, he had 5 carries for 85 yards. Of course, he got 65 of those on 1 carry, but Luke has been the go-to guy here in the first quarter.
The Aces now have a 3rd and 4. An interesting call here coming from the 29-yard line. We're just underway in the second quarter. The Mount Zion fans trying to make a little noise. Illinois plays Penn State this afternoon. You can listen to coverage of that on AM 1360 WVMC. Pre-game show begins about now. 3rd and 4 for the Aces here. 1 setback, 2 wings. Drone wants to throw. Looks right side. Pass is caught. First down. Receiver Brewer driven back after the catch, but they'll give him forward progress ahead of the marker to around the 34-yard line. Michael Brewer on the catch. That's a 5-yard pass play, good for the first down for the Aces. And it's 1st and 10 now from the 34, and the drive continues.
Nice pass, nice catch over there by Michael Brewer on the sideline. He gets the first down.
Drone at the 1,200-yard mark this year in passing with 12 touchdown passes and only 3 interceptions, 2 of those coming against Robinson on the final night of the regular season. 1 setback, 2 wings, a man in motion. Drone keeps himself, turns it over the right side. Had a big hole for a minute, then somebody stepped in and plugged it up in a big way. One of the linebackers looked like Drone was going to get 10 yards. Instead, he got about 3 or 4 to around the 38-yard line. Boy, Mount Zion, nice recovery there.
Oh, he took a good lick that time, too. What a hit on the line.
Somebody came in and plugged a gap. Give him 4, 2nd and 6.
Well, Mount Zion's very quick side to side. Looked like a big hole there, and all of a sudden it was shut up, and Luke was knocked backwards.
Now Brewer checks out wide to the left side. Strong side right on 2nd down. Wings are, well, 1 wing to the left, and the backs are in the offset. Mount Zion, and they crossed the plane. They were doing a little stunning over there, or stemming as they like to say, and they crossed the plane. That'll cost the Braves 5 yards and puts Mount Carmel in a lot better situation. Now it's 2nd and about 2.5 or 3. Offsides defense. So that ball will move across the 40. The official will set it down to the 43. It's now 2nd and 2 for the Aces.
It's the 3rd penalty of the game against Mount Zion. 2 offsides and a motion penalty. Well, you know anything, I've got it written down on this clipboard. It's all there.
You know it all.
Yeah.
Mark Richardson sitting in for Rick Johnston today. Interesting little statistic. The last 2 games Mark Richardson that Rick Johnston has not done, we've lost. So, Mark, you'll be our good luck charm today.
I'm all over that.
2nd and 2. Wings both ways. 1 setback. Receiver left. And Drone backs up, looks to the right side. Looking on the fly. There's the pass. It's almost caught. tipped away down the fly on the right side, incomplete. The pass intended for Storkman down there at around the 35-yard line.
That ball was just underthrown just a little bit. Storkman had to stop a little bit and try to come for it. Went right through his hands. Good defense by Mount Zion. They were in good shape back there.
Now it'll be 3rd and 2, and the Aces bring the big boys in for the backfield, it looks like. It'll be Storkman in the backfield along with Josh Woods and Brian Straw. 3rd and short from the 42. Handoff, Storkman right side. Ooh, he just fell towards the marker. Is that enough?
Well, I don't think so.
Oh, it's going to be close. Now, Brian Straw says it is. He's eyeballing. Let's see what the officials give him on the spot. It might be 4th down. In fact, they're going to measure. They're going to measure right at the 44. They did a good job, Mount Zion did. Usually it's, you know what's going to happen on that play, but with those kind of guys and that size blocking in the backfield and up front, and you know we bring Island on that play too, there's just too much beef, but they fought through it pretty well. Of course, you've heard a lot about Mount Zion's defense.
Yeah, their defensive line is very, very tough.
So hey, we made it by half a yard. They moved the chains again. On the spot, the Aces get a first down by half a yard, so give Storkman 3. And it's another first down for the Aces in this drive, and it's a long, time-consuming drive already. The Aces have it 1st and 10 from the 44. You know, last week we had the ball 34 minutes against Nashville out of 48. Incredible total.
I did stats last week. I kept Mount Carmel defense, and there were no tackles. We were never on the field.
1st and 10. Backs in the offset. Drone rolls left, keeps it himself, turns it across the 45, dives across the 50, down to the Mount Zion 49. Nice little cut by Luke Drone. He had one of the linebackers on his back the whole way. Brett Daniels, a 171-pound junior. Give Luke 6, 2nd down and 4. Line of scrimmage to Mount Zion 49. We mentioned the Macomb-Benton game begins at 2 o'clock today, so we'll have some scores to pass along to you of that one. But this game will end well before that one, I hope. 8:57 to go, first half. Aces lead 6-0. Mount Carmel on the march, the Braves 49. Wings both ways, one setback, man in motion. Butler, nothing there. Handoff, and Jacob, I don't think, got a yard. He was in cement as soon as he took the handoff from Drone. Give him nothing, 2nd and, call it 3rd, and 3.5 to 4 now. Well, we've heard a lot about the Braves, and you can tell just from their scores. Their defense is what they love to play. Haven't been quite as effective on offense. Now it's 3rd down, another 3rd and 4 for the Aces. Now we have one setback, Storkman to the right side, Summers to the other side, and there's a Drone keeping himself up. He's tripped up well shy. Luke on that option gets about 1, but that'll be 4th down. What will the Aces do here from the Mount Zion 48-yard line? You know, we like to go for it from anywhere.
Yeah, we were not very effective with the Clydesdale offense last time. Only got just barely the 2 yards we needed. Now it's a little more than 2 yards, and we may punt the ball away.
Well, I don't know. It's from the Mount Zion 47, and we usually go for it anytime this side of the 20. Yep, and we're going to bring the elephant backfield in. We've got Straw, we've got Woods, and we've got Steve Isle.
Let's call them the Clydesdales. The big workhorses are in for Mount Carmel.
Now the Aces are going to go for it. 4th and 2. Back to the straight tee. Handoff. Storkman got it. Not by much, but enough. Over the left side. Clayton Storkman just enough to the Mount Zion 45, and from the spot it's a first down. The Aces' first 4th down conversion of the game. And a gain of 3.
That really sets the tone for this game. You're going to have to stop us early because we're going to go all 4 downs and go for 10 yards, and you got to put some hurt on us early.
Mount Zion's already kicked from further in than we were, but the Aces go for it everywhere. Just another part of this exciting club this year to watch. 1st and 10, line of scrimmage to Mount Zion 45. Wings are split, one setback. Drone keeps it himself, runs right side, breaks it open, 35-30, still going, inside the 25 and down to the 20-yard line. Luke Drone, a half step away from breaking another one for a touchdown. And he gets all the way down to the 22-yard line, a gain of 23. No, call it, 23. Nice run by Luke Drone. Much like the midline option keeper he had early in the game. He almost broke it. Another first down. Brewer checks out wide to the left side. Now the backs are in the offset. One wing to the left side, Summers. And here is Drone, hands off, and there's Storkman. Lost his footing a little bit as he tried to cut back inside and halfway stumbled to around the 22. Give him a gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Tough sledding that time for Clayton Storkman. You were talking to the guys here at Mount Zion, Mark. They cut the field up and back in 5-yard intervals, right like a golf course.
Yeah, it looks beautiful out here. They've done a nice job with it.
Or I should say like a baseball outfield, yeah, more than a golf course.
Like Pac-Bell.
Mm-hmm. That's the way you cut your yard, right?
Yeah, I just hope it gets short enough that the cows don't come in and eat.
2nd down and 9. Aces send a receiver out to the left side. Backs in the offset, slant left. And here's Drone. He keeps it himself. There's the pitch. Storkman, loss on the play. That pitch went to Clayton Storkman, and I'll bet you Luke Drone wants that one back. A loss on the play, all the way back to the 24. And Luke Drone, 5 years from now, he'll tell you, he wants that one back.
Yeah, and he'd been much better off just to put that ball in his pocket and go down where he was. That was a dangerous pitch.
Yeah, they were bearing down on Storkman even before he got it. So now it's 3rd and 11, and here comes into the game Howard, Anderson, and Grant. We're going vertical here. We're going to do empty backfield, and away we go. 3rd down and 11. Here we go. It's Anderson and Grant and Storkman to the right side. It's Howard and Brewer to the short side left. Empty backfield, and Drone backs up. Swing pass, bubble screen. Storkman's got it, falls down. He fell down, loss on the play. Back it around the 27-yard line. So Clayton's really had trouble with his footing on this end of the field. And now it's 4th and long.
Yeah, we'll do the same thing probably on 4th and long we did on 3rd and long. Spread it out and try to find somebody about 10 or 12 yards down the field.
So they ran the bubble screen to the right side. He only had one guy to get away, but he slipped out trying to cut on that man and took a loss on the play. Back to the 27 of Mount Zion. So it's 4th and a long way to go, 14. We're inside 5 minutes to go. First half, Aces lead 6-0. Now Carmel's going long again. 5 receivers, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Empty backfield. Drone backs up. Swing pass, a slant pass. Brewer's got it. And inside, but not going to make the yards. They're going to bring him down at around the 16-yard line, and we are 3 yards shy. Nice slant pass catch to Brewer. It was a fake to the bubble screen, and they threw it vertical. Brewer couldn't quite fight off his man, so the change of possession occurs despite an 11-yard, call it an 8-yard pass play from Drone. Oh, no, call it more than that, right, Mark? An 11-yard pass play from Drone to Brewer. But now it's 1st and 10 Mount Zion. We're down to 4:40 to go in the first half. 6-0 Aces. Mount Zion takes over 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. And they have backs in the deuce. One man in motion to the right side. Hendrickson calls. There's a ball carrier. Nope, nothing much. A loss on the play of 1 or 2. Aces strung it out very well. Remley on the carry. Brian Grant helping out there along with Steve Isle and Josh Woods.
That's the first time that Mount Zion's had the ball. We haven't had the ball the entire second period. We've held the ball for 7.5 minutes, marched about 85 yards, couldn't score.
Loss of 2 on the play. Boy, we're looking into the sun at this end of the field. I should have brought my Bears cap. And I don't have a cap on. They'd all been proud of me here in Decatur. This is Bears territory here, of course. With the Decatur Staleys being the predecessor to the Bears. 2nd down and 12. And here is Hendrickson. Calls with 3 backs to pick out. Left side, nothing much for the ball carry that time to back around to the original 10-yard mark. T.J. Teal on the carry, 195-pound sophomore. Give him 3, 3rd and 9. Line of scrimmage, the 17-yard line. 3:37 to go here in the first half of play. Hendrickson, the quarterback, John Hendrickson. 5'11", 153, only a junior.
And in all likelihood, he'll air it out here on 3rd down and 9 yards to go from his own 16-yard line.
He does leave 2 backs in the backfield. He has a slot and a wide out to the right side. Backs are split wide in the deuce, and he is going to throw. Rolls, has time, on the run. Is he going to keep it? Yes, to the 20. Turns it up, and he's got a first down. Grant slows him up, and he's finally brought down by Straw at around the 28-yard line. But that's enough for the first down, a carry of 12 by the scampering quarterback Hendrickson.
Pretty good pass defense by Mount Carmel back in the zone in the secondary. Nice block against Josh Woods in the backfield that kept him from having good pursuit on Hendrickson.
Yeah, we really didn't have anybody pegged on that play, and when the quarterback pulled out on that scramble, he really had some running room to his right side and a couple blockers ahead of him. So it's a first down. Nice conversion by the Braves of a tough situation. They lined it up in the straight tee. They were there a minute ago. They send the middleman in the tee in motion, and now flags fly. Did somebody else move? Looks like that's what happened. The Mount Carmel players are signaling something happened up front. We'll see what they call. It's going to cost the Braves, we know that much. And it is a legal procedure. Into the game, they had T.J. Teal, the man in motion. So they've gone to a straight tee the last 2 times, even though they shifted out of it with a man in motion. Now it'll be 1st and 15. Line of scrimmage back of the 23-yard line. 2:41 to go, first half. Aces lead 6-0. They scored on the 3rd play from scrimmage. Luke Drone, a 65-yard keeper. Up the middle, untouched. Now wide receiver to the right side. Wing to the left. Backs are in the deuce. Hendrickson options. He's slowed up, knocked down, and we took the ball away. Did we get the ball? Straw took it away from him and then fell down. It's Mount Carmel ball. Straw ripped the ball away, then he lost his balance. Nobody knew it for a split second. It's Ace's ball at the Mount Zion 18-yard line. What a turnaround.
Boy, I didn't see it at all, but Brian Straw stripped him before he went to the deck with it. Nice play by the defense. Brian Straw gets the strip.
Yeah, as he was falling down, too, he just made the play, slowed him up, and he did more than that. He grabbed the ball away from him. So now the Aces have it. Brewer checks out wide to the left side. Hamill, the tight end, forms a strong side to the right. Wings both ways. They're in tight. One setback, Butler. Drone looks things over. Sets the club down on 1st and 10. Man in motion. And Drone keeps himself. Takes the option and now keeps it all the way inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line, maybe the 13. Gain of about 5 by Luke Drone. Gave a long look at Butler and then kept the ball himself. Give him 6, 2nd and 4. What a play by Brian Straw. He just ripped the ball away.
I bought the fake that time from Luke Drone. I thought he was going to pitch the ball outside. Kept it himself for a gain of 6.
1:57 to go in the half. We've got time. 1:57 to go. And the clock stops. Have we called timeout? Or do we have an equipment problem? Luke Drone over to the sideline. And they're going to work on Luke Drone over there. Let's see if we can get the field glasses and see what they're doing to him. There's an equipment setup, I think. They're wrapping. Wrapping his elbow pad, I think, on the left side. So they're letting him have time to do that. They're taping him up over there as quickly as they can. And the Aces are going to run a play without him. Howard in at quarterback. He hands off. And, maybe a fumble on the play. But we got it. We got it underneath there. So they brought Jake Howard in to run a play. And Butler got the handoff and the recovery. And they call a penalty on the Aces. It's an illegal shift, I think. A flag down on the play. And they continue to work on Luke Drone. Looks like he'll check in for this play. Jake Howard, quarterback on the last play. But it was a penalty on the Aces. 1:39 to go here in the half, so the clock stops again. Well, we don't want to self-destruct here. Let's take this one in. This will be a huge score before halftime. It's the 2nd turnover of the day, but the Braves, we haven't capitalized yet. So it's on the Aces. They'll mark it back to around the 18-yard line. So it's a 5-yard penalty. 2nd and 9 now, and Luke Drone back into the game. Summers checks out. Aces are going to go with 1 setback and 3 in pattern to the right side. Luke Drone sets the club down, strong side left. Trips to the right side. On 2nd and long, backs up, keeps it himself, turns it up, and gets some progress. Still moving inside the 10, down to the 9, close to the marker. It's very close. Luke Drone churned it to the right side on the keeper, where one official has him marked. It's a first down. First down carry. 10-yard gain by Drone on the keeper out of the trips formation. 1st and goal from the 8 with 1:23 to go in the half. What a huge score this would be.
133 yards for Luke Drone so far here in the first half.
Wow, what a day for Drone. Now let's get it in. We bring the straight tee and Storkman between the big guys in the backfield. The Q-tip set, as Brick Johnston calls it. Storkman powers his way to the right side to around the 5, maybe inside that mark. They're going to mark him to around the 4.5-yard line. The clock is running. It'll be 2nd and goal from about the 4. So a gain of 4 by Clayton Storkman. 6-0 Aces. What a big score this is going to be if we can get it in.
Under a minute to play in the half.
49 seconds. Clock still running. Here's Mount Carmel. It's 2nd down. In the backfield. In the tee. On the left side, it's Straw. On the right side, it's Woods. Drone's going to hand it, and there comes Storkman. Left side, powers his way in. Is he in or not? No call yet. They're stacked up at the goal line. Mount Zion says no. Did we lose the ball?
We need timeout. Clock is running.
Hey, the clock here, you're right. That's the big thing. It's down to 22. Now timeout call. 22.8 to go. We did not get in. So 22.8 seconds to go.
Yeah, the referee called timeout and pointed to Mount Carmel. The Mount Zion fans thought it was a fumble recovery, I think, by the way they reacted. It's still Mount Carmel ball with...
Yeah, I didn't see a fumble call. I think they were looking, though. They're trying to unstack him, and meanwhile, the clock was counting. So it'll be 3rd and goal inside the 1 with 22.8 seconds to go. A little bit of confusion on that last play for a moment, and meanwhile, the clock was running. Well, the officials unpiled him. So timeout Aces, 6-0 Mount Carmel. Obviously, we're going to keep it here. What a big score the Aces are bidding to get here.
And this is just about the ball game right now. It looks to me like if we get it in here, we've got the momentum going at halftime. If they stop us here, momentum is on their side, and second half could be a little worse.
I'm glad you think like that.
I think just like whatever you say, I
think when there's about 1 minute to go in the fourth quarter, if we're 4 touchdowns ahead, I feel good. 22.8 seconds to go. How about that John Hart, huh? And the Evansville Reitz Panthers. What a great victory. Another last-minute thriller for the Panthers. Congratulations to John Hart. Moving on to the semifinals now in Class 5A in Indiana. All right, the Aces line it up in the straight T. Storkman in the middle. It's Straw and Woods either side. It's 3rd and inches. Here's the handoff. Storkman gets in. Touchdown! To the right side with Josh Woods leading the way. Touchdown Aces on a 1-yard run with 19.3 seconds to go. Clayton Storkman scores. And the Aces lead 12-0. Now we'll probably go for 2 to try to get that missed point after back. 19.3 to go. What a big score. Well, Mount Zion's turned the ball over twice, and we had to make sure we took advantage of one of those opportunities. Finally, the Aces were opportunistic, an 18-yard drive, and the Aces put it in just before the end of the half. And what a huge turnover that's going to be viewed as on the Mount Zion side.
And Mount Carmel will probably go for 2 here, you assume, at least. 12-point lead going into halftime.
Well, they'll try to get that point after missed. They'll try to get it back here on this play. So the Aces lead 12-0 now. Timeout on the play. Again, I want to remind you the Channel 12 replays of this game are tonight at 10 o'clock and Sunday at 4 on UPN 12 WCJT. Don't forget Thursday night's Coach's Corner on UPN 12. A visit with Aces coach Darren Peach and select group of players. That's at 9 o'clock Thursday night. Well, Chris Johnston told us he didn't have a girlfriend. Number 78. I bet he's had a lot of calls since then, since everyone found that out. Probably have no trouble finding a date now that he's been on the TV show. The Aces are going to go for the deuce here. And they line it up, double wing. One set back Butler. Drone calls. Receiver to the right is Butler, and they're going to throw that way. Butler on a turnout. Yep, he can't quite get it. It's a little comebacker, and Luke threw it wide, and Brewer couldn't come back and get it and stay in the end zone. Incomplete. But the Aces do lead 12-0 with 19.3 seconds to go. Let's take a break. Back to Mount Zion right after this.
We have a very simple philosophy. Whatever you do it well. We are committed to provide you with the very best in healthcare. Wabash General Hospital. Whatever you do it well.
Hi, I'm Rob Coleman, President of First National Bank. It's time for Aces football, and we're fired up. We're also fired up about your banking business. If you're unhappy where you are now, I would like to personally invite you to come to First National Bank, where you can expect traditional banking service, low fees, and no hassle. And we've been around since 1906. And by the way, go Aces.
Zion will have time for a return in a couple of plays. And deep is Justin Schultz. There's the kick, a little squibber down the middle of the field. And it rolls by 1, 2, 3 players. Schultz finally picks it up with a bounce of the 9 to the 10, 15. He is slowed up. Now he gets away. And another player he gets away from. He's finally driven out of bounds across the 20 to around the 21 or 2 yard line. Boy, for a moment, looked like he might break it. But he was finally apprehended. Schultz And now we're down to 11.1 seconds to go. That was the key there. It took 8 seconds for that play to happen.
Yeah, we did kick the ball short, but it dribbled all the way back to Scholes way deep. And
yeah, they let it go by 2 players, and finally somebody picked it up. It was Schultz.
Well, there may be a penalty on the play for a late hit by somebody from Mount Carmel.
Is that what they're going to call over on the sidelines? A personal foul, I guess. I haven't seen the call yet. But we're backing way up. And they do call personal foul. There must be a hit out of bounds over there. We swarmed over there trying to get him out, trying to get him down. The 15-yard walk-off takes it out to the 32-yard line, 33. That's where Mount Zion takes over. They're 67 yards away. They've got 11.1 seconds to put it in the end zone before halftime. And they will operate. Look how deep their backs are. They're 7 yards off the ball, and they're just going to take a knee. That's the end of the game. That's the end of the half. All right. So they just elect to settle for a 12-0 deficit. Some of the fans boo their coach here from Mount Zion.
Yeah, me too.
Man.
Me too, after that.
Well, I wouldn't boo the coach no matter what, but holy mackerel. They're booing their own. It's a high school coach. How about that, huh? All right. 12-0, but there you go. The fans are restless here. They've been shut out for a half. 12-0. Mount Carmel leads at halftime. Back in a moment.
It's not just about saving money. It's about spending time, just dropping by and creating bonds rather than simply buying them. At Edward Jones, it's never just about investing. It's about knowing you and your dreams.
My every hope, my life, my world, it all begins with a dream.
Edward Jones, investing in you and your dreams.
Dear Shell, my name is Ann Cochran, and I have an idea. Give away free gas as a way of thanking loyal customers. I mean, loyalty should count for something, right? Every month, we get free gas. What do you think?
Let it roll down the highway.
Oh.
Let it roll.
That was my second idea.
Roll, roll, roll.
The Aces now have their return men at their own 25. There's the kick. And it's fielded and dropped by Doherty. Picked up from behind by Morris at the 37, 40, 45, across the 50, down to the Mount Zion 49-yard line. Ryan Morris on the return, give him 15 yards. The Aces have a great start to the second half at the Mount Zion 49-yard line. Whatever that penalty is, that's a big one too.
Well, that wind's a factor right now, blowing across from right to left, and had to kick in the wind. It didn't go very far. Good opportunity for us to pass the ball with the wind at our backs right now. Fourth quarter will be all different.
So the Aces send a receiver out to the right side. And the backs are in the offset. One wing to the left side. Man in motion. Drone and keeps it himself to around the 47. Gain of 2. Second down. 2nd and 8 after the carry by the quarterback, number 21, Luke Drone.
And they recognized him even with the new number.
Amazing, huh?
133 yards on the ground for Luke Drone first half.
Well, we thought it might be Drone's day. That's what the coaches were thinking based on what Mount Zion likes to play on defense and what that gives the other team. And it has worked out exactly that way. Wings are now split to both sides with one setback and a wide receiver to the right side. And there's Drone. He options himself inside the 45, pushes his way down to the Mount Zion 43-yard line. A gain of 5, and it'll be 3rd and 4 from there for the Aces.
A lot of guys on Drone that time. Just barreled on through, ran really hard, picks up 4.
Line of scrimmage to the 33-yard line. 43-yard line, if that's what I said. Big crowd from Mount Carmel today. 3rd down and 4. Here comes Brewer wide to the side, the left side. Strong side right. That's where Hamill sits it down. Wings are split. Butler the setback. Man in motion, Summers. Drone fakes to the up back, and now Hand keeps it himself and dives near the marker in the middle of the field to around the 40. A 3-yard pickup. He's still shy, and it'll be 4th and 1 from there. Aces have gone for it before from here, and here comes Woods and Straw set to come in. And Isle as well. He'll be the tight end. 4th and 1 for the Aces. Right off the bat, we're 1 for 1 in 4th down conversions today. Let's see what we do here. Hamill lines it up opposite, so we have the double tight end set. Backs are in the straight T. Into the middle, Storkman, he gets the call, got it, to the right side. Storkman rolls forward near the Mount Zion 37. Give him 3 and another first down for the Aces. That's the thing about it. Everybody knows exactly what's going to happen. The question is, can you stop it? You've got that much beef leading the way. It's tough.
And they were right over the right tight end there with Steve Isle, big block over there on that side.
We've run that play 24 times probably this year. You just can't stop it. We've got too much with Isle up front and Woods and Straw leading the way too. But now the Aces have it 1st and 10. Now they're back to the normal set. Wings split both ways. One set back. Butler, Brewer, the wide out to the right side on 1st and 10. Man in motion, Summers. Jones wants to throw. Going long. Over the middle for Storkman. He's got it. He's going to score the touchdown. 10-5 touchdown. He had to wait for the ball, spin around to catch it, and he still had time to turn around and head for the end zone. A 38-yard pass play from Drone to Storkman, who was all alone ahead of the defense. He caught the ball at the 20, never did get caught, and the Aces have quieted this crowd again. They lead 18-0.
I'll tell you what, I thought they were nuts. They lined up. We just moved the ball pretty well on the ground. Good lead, and we back up and throw the ball on first down.
And floated it over the defense. 8 sucked in. Storkman, it wasn't even the best pass in the world. Storkman had to turn around and wait for it, and then turn back around and head upfield. And still nobody got close to it. Now here's the snap. Ball down to the point after. It's blocked. Drone did the kicking. It's blocked, so we're 0 for 3 in conversions. But the Aces lead 18-0. We stunned them early in the first half. We've stunned them early in the second half. 9:42 to go, third period. Aces 18, Mount Zion nothing. Back in a moment.
Mount Carmel Public Utility Company reminds you that when you have a loss of service, please report it. If there is no storm going on, it would be helpful to check to see if your neighbors are also out before calling. Mount Carmel Public Utility personnel will always call back when service is restored, so that you can reset clocks, turn off unneeded lights and appliances, and generally check that everything is okay. This message courtesy of your friends at Mount Carmel Public Utility Company.
Everyone at Lamac Engineering would like to wish the Golden Aces a great season. Lamac Engineering Company, providing complete civil engineering, construction, and surveying services to the Wabash Valley since 1938. Lamac Engineering is located in Mount Carmel and Princeton. Their staff includes professional engineers and land surveyors. Lamac provides complete civil, municipal, transportation, and environmental engineering services. For all your engineering needs, contact Lamac Engineering, 323 West 3rd Street, Mount Carmel. Call them today, 262-8651.
Here's the kick.
And it goes way out of bounds by Steve Wolf.
The kick just dribbled way out of bounds early and far up the field. So maybe Mount Zion will take it at the 35. Let's see what they're going to do. There's a flag on the field. The Braves look like they want the ball. And they'll take it at the 35. So Mount Zion gets in pretty good shape. Aces now lead 18-0 here in the quarterfinal round game. The winner goes to the semifinals. And Benton has a lead at halftime of 14-0, by the way. The Rangers lead 14-0 over Macomb. Now here comes Mount Zion. Backs are in the deuce. Slotted a wide out to the right side. Strong side left. Hendrickson calls on 1st and 10. One man in motion. Here comes Remley with the ball. He gets some running room. First down across the 45, across the 50. First down to the 49 for Donnie Remley. His longest gain of the day. And a first down.
Yeah, give him for 17 yards. He had 20 yards total in the first half.
How many on that play?
17.
17 for Remley, who's over the 600-yard mark on the year now. Now let's see what the Braves do. They send a slot to wide out to the left side. Backs are in the deuce. Strong side right. Hendrickson calls. They have the ball to Mount Carmel end of the field now. And there's a handoff. Countering inside. Ball carrier is Nathan. Nathan who?
McClellan. Jason McClellan.
Jason McClellan, number 27. In motion to the right side was Justin Schultz. He made a pretty good fake, like he'd taken a handoff. Instead, they gave it to McClellan, the 5'11", 200-pound junior, gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Now here comes Vettel and McCauley out to the right side. Vetter's the wide out. Backs are the deuce. You got to watch him. He's 6'4" out there. Made a couple of good catches already. And now that's where Hendrickson's going to go. To the right side. Vetter hauls it in. Howard brings him down. He hangs on and brings him down inside the 25 down to the 24-yard line. Vetter actually had it deflect, but he kept with it, and he's caught it off the deflection that he made. Howard's hanging on the whole time, and the 6'4" Vetter gets a first down to the 24-yard line. Gain of 25 on the pass play.
Yeah, Jake Howard had a difficult time against the big Vetter that time, and nice catch.
Tim Vettel made a great play. And now it's 1st and 10, and quickly Mount Zion tries to shuffle into action with a play, but the officials stop it. Is it too many players on the field? Did they not get the player off field, or what did they call on Mount Zion? It's against the Braves. They tried to quick huddle on the Aces and get right up there, but I think they fooled themselves. They had a player racing off. I don't know if he didn't get off or what they called. It's a 5-yard penalty on the Braves. And it's 1st and 15 now from the 29-yard line.
A lot of pressure on Mount Zion to get some points on the board here in the early part of the third quarter, and they're really working at it.
8:24 to go, quarter number 3. Aces lead Mount Zion 18-0. Two receivers check out to the short side of the field. That's the right side. Strong side, well, line is balanced. Well, the Aces crossed. Aces look like they crossed the plane. Steve Isle jumped over on the left side, and that'll put Mount Zion back at 1st and 10. That'll march it back 5 yards the other way. Against the Aces, we haven't had too many penalties today. Now they march it back inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. 1st and 10, Mount Zion. After an exchange of infractions.
Yeah, that negates everything. Nothing happened at all.
Now the Braves send a slot and a wide out to the right side. Vettel, the wide receiver, there's a handoff. And Schultz tries to get some running room. He's stacked up and dragged down. Tyler Buss makes the stop. It was Eric Law on the carry. Buss slowed him up and stopped him for a loss. Brian Grant also there to help on defense. Back at the 26, a loss of 2. And it's 2nd and 16.
And that ball was knocked loose when it hit the ground as well. They ruled it down before the fumble.
Nice play by Tyler Buss, and hasn't he played well since emerging in the lineup late after the injury to Crumley.
That's the thing that's most amazing to me about Mount Carmel football. You lose Mark Crumley, Jacob Butler, and Tyler Buss will step up.
We've always got a stable full, or so it seems. Now a wing to the right, receiver to the right, backs in the deuce, and Hendrickson rolls to the left side. Looking for the tight end. Now he's chased out of the pocket. He's on the run. He's going to get a first down. Then some. He's still going inside the 10. Down to around the 9-yard line. What a run by the quarterback. I don't think he was going to throw at all, because he bootlegged to the naked side of the field, if you will. No receivers that way. He had the tight end flooded out ahead of him, Jeff Poulos, but he wasn't even looking. First down on the run by the quarterback all the way to the 9, a gain of 17. And it's 1st and goal for Mount Zion. Brother, do they need this score?
Some of those blocks in the backfield are either very good blocks or holds, one or the other.
Mount Carmel working on their first shutout of the year. It's threatened now. Mount Zion lines it up in the straight tee. 1st and goal from the 9. Middle man in motion. That's Teal. And now here's the quarterback handing a ball carrier crack. That's McClelland as he powers over the left side. Gets to around the 6-yard line. Gain of 3, where it is now 2nd and goal. Aces lead 18-0. They scored on the 3rd play they had of the day, a 65-yard run by Luke Drone. Scored with 19 seconds to go in the first half on a run on a plunge by Storkman. And then got a score here on a pass play, a surprise pass from Drone to Storkman. What was it, 38 yards? Is that what that was?
38 yards, yeah.
So it's 18-0. Now here's Mount Zion lining up. 2nd and goal from the Aces 6. In the tee, middle man goes in motion. The deuce is left, and here's Hendrickson. He rolls to the right. There's the pitch. And here's Remley trying to get in. Dives near the goal line. He made it. Touchdown. Donnie Remley scores the TD. Pushing extra hard as he got close. He scores on an 8-yard run with 6:05 to go in the 3rd quarter, and the Braves are on the board. It's Mount Carmel 18, Mount Zion 6. And the Brave on the horse races past the grandstand for the first time today. Now they're going to try to tack on a point after. John Hendrickson, the quarterback, will hold. Here's a snap, low snap, bad snap. Had trouble getting it on the tee. There's the kick up in the air, and it's good. Well, they made the most of that. Jeff Poulos didn't get much of a kickoff. They bobbled the snap, but he still got it up in the air, and it's good. That makes the score 18-7, and the Mount Zion fans are back in the game, and we'll be back to the game in Mount Zion in just 30 seconds.
Quick and convenient. That's the basis of the Apothecary Shop's drive-up window. When you don't feel like getting out of your car, simply call ahead, and the Apothecary Shop's friendly and helpful staff will have your order ready. The Apothecary Shop is the only pharmacy in Mount Carmel that offers this convenient service. The Apothecary Shop also offers friendly professional consultation on any side effects of medication your doctor may prescribe. In addition, they can help with any over-the-counter medications or remedies you might need. The Apothecary Shop, East 9th Street, Mount Carmel.
Line. The kick will be by Poulos, who just kicked the point after for the Braves, and here his kick comes. Down the middle of the field. It bounces. Doherty drops it, picks it up at the 27 to the 30. And he's dropped it around the 32-yard line. So the Aces take over from there, 1st and 10 from the 32. Again, we remind you the score from the other quarterfinal game of interest. Benton's Rangers, 11-0 in the year, lead Macomb 14-0 at halftime. Aces led here 12-0. Both teams have already scored in the third quarter, and we still have 5:59 to go in the frame. Aces trying to win for the 11th time this year. Now the official stop before Mount Carmel comes to the ball. We have, looks like we've got the tee loose on the other end of the field. And who wants it? Finally, they flip it over to the Mount Zion sidelines. Okay, Mount Carmel has the ball now. Summers and Storkman are your wings. They're left and right, respectively. One setback is Butler. Wide out is Brewer to the right side. Drone sets the club down, one man in motion. And there is a fumble. Nope, Butler held onto the ball. Not much there, a loss of the play, back at the 30. That was as much a collision between Drone and Butler as anything. Loss of 1, 2nd and 11, but it excites the Mount Zion fans. It's a good play on defense following their score. 2nd and 11.
You're not nervous yet, are you, Scott?
I'm always nervous. 18-7, this can change. 2nd and 11. We got to end this uprising right now and get back in control. One setback, a receiver to the right side, 2nd and 11. Drone backs up, wants to throw, does fire along to the right side for Brewer. It's a battle. It's tipped away, incomplete. Almost an interception. You didn't know which one was going to get the ball there, whether it was going to be Brewer or the man defending him, Justin Schultz. An excellent battle for the ball, incomplete though. Nobody got it.
Yeah, ball's underthrown that time by Luke Drone, and nice job by Brewer to keep the other guy from intercepting it.
3rd and 11 for the Aces. Here comes Grant into the game. We're going to go long this time. Grant and Anderson in, and Howard. So the Aces are going to go with anywhere from 3 to 5 in pattern here. Let's see what we line up. Empty backfield. Two in pattern to the left side, and 3 to the right. It's Drone, empty backfield, 3rd and 11. Maybe the bubble screen. Here it comes, left side. Howard's got it. Running room, 35, 40. Almost a first down. Maybe he got it on the roll to the 43. Very close. Jake Howard caught the ball. They give him the first down to the 43 by a good yard. And it's a catch of 11 yards for Howard and a first down for the Aces.
And big 3rd down conversion. Nice pass. Good block out here on this side. I think that was Brewer through that block.
The first time we ran empty backfield, we had a mismatch, and Mount Zion really cracked Drone hard, as you remember early in the game. They haven't touched him yet, but we've been quick to throw that bubble screen. We've used the bubble screen on all but one occasion. We surprised him one time and threw longer. But that time it worked for Howard. Now the wings are both ways. One setback, receiver left, man in motion. Drone keeps it himself to the right side. He's wrapped up and dropped. Maybe a 1-yard gain. T.J. Teal on the stop. The 195-pound lineman, or linebacker, sophomore. Gain of 2 by Drone, 2nd and 8.
Well, the Mount Zion defense has spent a lot of time on the field today. Maybe that'll work to our advantage as we get toward the 4th quarter.
4 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the third frame. Aces lead 18-7. Jacob Butler checks out of the game. What are the Aces going to do? I think we're going to run, let's see. We're going to go trips to the right side. And one setback. Looks like double tight. And here's Drone. He is snowed under. Got about another yard maybe, but that's it. That went nowhere. He worked to the right side. He ran that play earlier. Remember, he faked and ran out of a trips to the right side. It worked in the first half. That time it was snuffed out by Mount Zion, and it's 3rd and 7. Now checking out Hamill and Summers.
We're back to the vertical offense, trying to throw the ball downfield a little bit.
3rd and 8 for the Aces. We've converted twice today on 4th down. Now we try to work it on third down. Howard and Brewer this side. Storkman and two others to the right side. Anderson, one of those receivers. And let's see. Here's swing pass. This is a slant pass instead to Brewer. He catches it. A fake on the swing, and then a slant pass delivery to Brewer. And he gets it for the first down to the Mount Zion 46. How in the world did Drone have enough time to fake a pass and then deliver the slant pass on the bullet? He managed to do that in a split second. Fake the bubble screen, hit Brewer on the route further up on the slant. First down catch to the Mount Zion 46. That's the quickest I've seen Drone deliver a fake all year.
Lucas 6 for 9 passing, 3 for 4 this half.
Now the Aces have it back 1st and 10 after that successful third down conversion. We're back to double wings, one set, Brewer to the right side. Summers the left wing. He goes in motion. Drone's back to throw. Looking long. There it is for Brewer. Way downfield. A bump. Incomplete. Well ahead of everyone. Incomplete at around the 15-yard line. Second down.
Nice coverage out there. Justin Schultz is way ahead of Brewer. Had a step on him and never relinquished that position.
Line of scrimmage remains the Mount Zion 46-yard line. Aces 18, Mount Zion 7.
Pretty good ball game for Saturday afternoon.
Been a good one, hasn't it? It's a beautiful day for football, too. The fans love it. A lot of people have jackets on, but not everybody. Most people sweatshirts. Second down and 10 now for the Aces. Here goes Brewer checking out wide to the left side. Double wing set, Butler the setback. Summers in motion. Drone follows a fake. Oh, he's going to get wrapped up for a loss this time. That midline option, they've snuffed it out. Stepping inside to make the stop. Big Lance Schaefer. We heard a lot about Schaefer in our pregame talk with the Mount Zion radio crew. A 240-pound senior who can really bring it. He did that time. A loss on the play. 3rd and 11 now for the Aces. A loss of 1 by Drone.
Nice adjustment by the Zion defense up here. They've really started key on Drone this half, and his runs have been for 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, and a loss of 1 in this half.
Of course, after the day he's had, you'd think Mount Zion would cover him now, 133 yards, and that was your total a few minutes ago.
That was the halftime total.
Now we're going to bring 5 out in pattern. Empty backfield. Everybody's gone long. It's 3rd and 11. And here's Drone calling. Man in motion, Storkman, so we switch up a little bit. He swings it that way to Storkman, and it's incomplete. Clayton falls on the ball. That was a live ball. And he's down. He caught it on the bounce. On the swing pass, it was behind the line of scrimmage. The officials knew it. We've gotten away with that a couple of times. That time the officials knew it was live. Storkman got on it. But we're all the way back to our own end of the field, to the 48, a loss of 5. That's on Storkman.
That's the dangerous thing about that swing pass. That ball is live even if you don't catch it. Luckily, Clayton was alert to get on the ball.
Now Wolf is going to punt the ball, and the fortunes of this game have started to change. Mount Zion scored, and now they've stopped the Aces. They're going to get the ball back. Let's see if they go for the block here. Wolf inside his own 40. They send everybody. Here comes the kick. Ooh, he just got it off. May have been deflected. And it takes him out. Carmel bounce inside the 30. Another Aces bounce inside the 20. And it's down to the 18-yard line. I don't know how that thing wasn't blocked. That was really close. They swung that defensive end around there, and he should have gotten the block. A 34-yard kick by Wolf. So we survived there. What do I tell you? A little fortune on that play. Mount Zion has the ball. 1st and 10 from their own 18. 1:19 to go in the third period. 18-7. Aces lead, but Mount Zion is turning the game around. We've got to silence this rally. The receiver and the slot man to the right side. Backs in the news for Hendrickson. They slant it to the right side of the backfield, and here's a handoff. Remley wrapped up. Plows for a yard to around the 19. Their big ball carrier, Johnny Remley. Not much that time.
He is strong with the ball, wrapped up pretty nicely by Mount Carmel that time, but he still gets a couple.
A host of Aces. We're down to 1 minute to go in the half. Give him 2, 2nd and 8. Line of scrimmage to the 20. This thing is far from over. Aces lead 18-7. But the Braves are really changing the course of the game now.
I hate to think those missed extra points would come in to play this thing.
Now to the left side, big Tim Vettel, 6'4" receiver. Aces doing a lot of stunning. Conrad backs off, plays the pass, and sure enough, Hendrickson's going to throw. He's in trouble. Now he runs, and he's brought down. And there is Isle. And who else to bring him down? That looks like that Chris Johnston on the stop. Back at the line of scrimmage, right at the 20. No gain, 3rd and 8. And we're down to 20 seconds to go in the third period. Conrad read it well. The Aces read it well. They converged on the quarterback. Now, going against the wind, the Braves may elect to let the clock expire here, and they're going to. So they won't even try to get a playoff before the quarter, and we'll go to quarter number 4. 3, 2, 1, and that's the end of 3 frames of play. 1 period left here in the Class 4A quarterfinals. The Aces lead Mount Zion 18-7. We're back to Decatur in just a moment.
Robert Walter Furniture Company in Mount Carmel is slashing prices to rock bottom during their store-wide clearance sale. Now's the time to find the best deals on the best furniture. Robert Walter Furniture Company is closing out all dining room and living room suites, and that means big savings for you. Plus, Robert Walter Furniture has special prices on all bedding during this big sale. If you're looking for quality name brand furniture and bedding at discount prices, look no further than Robert Walter Furniture Company, 528 Market Street, Mount Carmel, serving the Wabash County area since 1868.
In Mount Carmel, see your good neighbor, State Farm agent Dan Schonert, for all your insurance needs.
State tournament, the winner goes to the semis next week. It's 3rd and 8 as Mount Zion begins playing the 4th quarter. Hendrickson pulls out, throws back across his body to the left side. It's incomplete, flailing away from the intended receiver, Tim Vettel. Incomplete, and it's 4th down now. 4th and 8, and Mount Zion's going to have to give it up. So maybe just as we begin the 4th quarter, maybe we get a measure of, not revenge, but a measure of stability and begin to turn the game back around our side. They're going to get the kickoff. The punter back inside his 10. He's kicked a 45-yarder today. He's got the wind, and there's a kick. Pretty good kick, and it's Sales drone back. He drops the ball. 45, hasn't had it yet. Finally falls on it at the 35. Oh, that was close. Luke Drone never did get the ball. He kept trying to pick it up. Mount Zion rushing towards him. At the last minute, he falls on the ball back of the 36-yard line. Whew, that was scary.
Now, once that ball starts bouncing on the punt like that, it's really hard to handle. And all Luke could do to finally gather it in as he was getting hit.
He waited until the last possible moment and had to fall on it. So the Aces, after that scare, and I think we've actually dropped with different players 3 punts initially today. We haven't, I don't think, had a clean punt catch yet. Now 1st and 10. Aces line it up from the 36-yard line. Here's Brewer checking out wide to the right side. The wings are split both ways. Aces go from left to right as you visualize. Storkman in motion. Drone goes that way, turns it up himself, and gets a yard or two. Now he's stacked up, driven back. Hey. Mount Zion still throws him to the ground as the whistle sounds. And they're going to mark him all the way up to the 38, so give him 3, and it's 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I'd say just blow that whistle a little harder. Nobody can hear you out there, evidently.
We're just underway in the 4th quarter. Benton, by the way, leads Macomb 14-0. If the Aces win, we go to Benton next Saturday in our 2nd consecutive semifinal game and 5th all time. But it's a tussle here. The Aces have to regroup and get control of this game again. They stop Mount Zion. Now can we put a drive together? Swing to the right, and Mount Zion jumped. They called him. They finally flagged him. Mount Zion jumps across the line on the count from Luke Drone. That'll cost the Braves 5 yards and put the ball over the 40 to the 42 and make it 3rd and 2nd and 4. Channel 12 replays of the game tonight at 10 and Sunday afternoon at 4 on UPN 12 WCJT. I'd like to thank Mike Schultz, the athletic director at Mount Zion High School. I've been on the phone with him 2 or 3 times this week. He's set us up well for this game. And Mount Zion is a fine school. They've got some good officials here, athletic officials, and they're doing a good job hosting this game. So our congratulations. 2nd down and 3 now. Aces with the ball at their own 43. Wings both ways. Now Storkman in motion. There's Butler. No, Drone keeps, gets near the flag, near the marker. Well, that time Luke did pulled the ball back from Jacob, kept it himself, and gets across the 45. Probably within a yard of that marker, and he is within a yard. It's 3rd and a half yard from there. But we are shy.
The play looked better than it was. Didn't get much out of it.
Here comes Straw into the game and Isle, so we're going to go to the big boys in the backfield. And up front, Third and less than a yard. Line of scrimmage to 45. We're not taking any chances here. But we only line it up with a wing to the right. And is that Straw wing set to the right side? Yes, it is. He's just a blocker, and there's a handoff. So we altered the set a little bit. We didn't go into the T. We pulled Straw up and set him down as a wing to the right side. He still led the way for Storkman on the carry, and he gets to the 48-yard line for the first down. So a little bit of a change on the big backfield. First and 10 for the Aces nonetheless. And we're down to 9 minutes and 51 seconds to go in the game. Aces lead 18-7.
Well, keep running the ball and use some clock up, and let's march all the way down and get a score here.
Now here to the right side, splits Brewer. Wing right, backs in the offset. Now Storkman in motion. Drone hands off. Big run for Summers. Powering his way across the 50. Down to the Mount Zion 47-yard line. Nice carry on first down by Jacob Summers. He gets 5. Second down and 5 now.
I don't know how to describe that play. Kind of a misdirection counter play, and Jake Summers was loose for 5 yards.
So that moves the ball to the Mount Zion 47-yard line. We're at second and 5. Big crowd from Mount Carmel here today.
Nice drive up here today. Couple, almost 3-hour drive.
Yeah, easy. Oh, it didn't take you 3 hours, did it?
Stopped to eat twice.
Oh, well, that would do it, yeah. Wings both ways. One setback and a wide receiver to the right side on second and 5. Drone calls the signal. And now hands off, countering back to the right side is Summers. He's snowed down at around the 45-yard line. Give him 2. That'll create third and 3 for the Aces. Did you see the Amish buggy at Sullivan?
I did see the Amish buggy. I almost hit the Amish buggy.
Oh, well, I didn't want to hear that, but yeah. Amish, a big Amish territory near here in Sullivan. Sullivan's a booming town. It's really grown. If you've never been through Sullivan, the Amish settlements here. Third down and a long 3 for the Aces now. Line of scrimmage is the Mount Zion 45. Here comes Straw back in, wing right. The backs, it's Woods and Butler in the backfield. Jacob gets the call. He didn't make it this time. Well, I don't know. He pushed hard inside the 45. He's going to be shy, but closer than we thought. What the Aces did, they stayed on the deuce in the backfield, but they put Josh Woods back there and then bring Straw up as a wing back. So a little different look on the big backfield.
That was Storkman the carry. They just give him 1 yard. That's a rough spot. It's a long 2 to go for fourth down.
Line of scrimmage now, the Mount Zion 43, and the clock down to 7:47 to go in the game. Aces leading 18-7. The Mount Zion train whistle making some noise. The fans are hooting and hollering. Now the backs going to the straight T with Butler in the middle and the big boys on either side. Isle, the tight end. Handoff. First down. A spin across the 40 down to the 39. A big first down run by the Aces running back Clayton Storkman. Give him 5 on the play. 6 on the play, and it's first and 10 from the Mount Zion 38. We're 3 for 3 in fourth down conversions.
Well, nice hole that time, and Storkman hit it hard. Big gain for Mount Carmel.
So the line of scrimmage, the Braves 38, and this is a killer drive as far as Mount Zion's concerned. We're salting time off the clock. 7:15 left in the game. Aces send out wings to both ways. A receiver to the left, Butler the lone setback. Summers in motion, gets the call, countering back to the right side. Finds the going tougher that time. Uh-oh, he may have lost the ball. Mount Zion signals they've got it. Nothing from the official yet. And they say that he's down. Whew, we dodged that one. So Summers down by contact on that fumble. And it's a gain of 3, second and 7. Line of scrimmage, the Mount Zion 35. And now we're down to 6:37 left. Here's Brewer checking out wide to the right side. Drone looks behind, sets the backs up in the offset. Butler the up back. Storkman the wing to the right side. He's in motion. Handoff Summers, left side, skates, and now is met by a stiff line short of the marker. He had a little open running room for a yard or two as he shuffled in. Then he had to fight for the last one. Gets to the 31 of Mount Zion, give him 5, and it's third down. Here comes the big boy backfield again. Woods and Straw. In the middle will be Storkman, and Isle will lead the way again. So we're going to go to the straight T here. It's third and more than I thought, third and 3. Line of scrimmage, the Braves 31. We're down to 5:57 to go. And here they come. Straight T on third down. Everybody else pulled in. Double tight. And did they draw Mount Zion off? No. Handoff. Ball carrier Storkman right side. Didn't make it. He got some progress just inside the Mount Zion 30. That'll leave him a good yard shy, and it'll be 4th down. Let's do it again. Yeah, they just stay on the field this time. It'll be 4th down and a yard and a half to go for the Aces. Our fourth down conversion of the day, and we are 3 for 3. And we are down to 5 minutes and 18 seconds to go in the game. Mount Zion trails by 11, by 2 scores. They desperately need the football. The crowd making some noise. This is Mount Zion's best shot here. Out of the straight tee, 4th down. Drone calls, hands off. Ball carrier Storkman spins. It's going to be close. He was hit early. Well, let's see where they mark him, Mark. We haven't had very good spots on this drive.
He was hit at the 30, spun across there. Let's see where they mark it because it'll be close to the 1st down. They're going to probably measure right now.
At the 28-yard line, they are going to measure. Big measurement coming here. The Aces have still taken about 5 minutes off this clock. Clock stopped with 4:59 to go. So even if things don't work out on this drive, we took a ton of time off the clock.
Yeah, we got the ball back about 11 minutes right after the they had a couple plays to start the quarter. We got it about the 11-minute mark, so we run 6 minutes off the clock.
Mount Zion needs this to be in their favor, and you know what? It is. We're that shy. Mount Zion gets the ball. Well, they couldn't afford to have us run another 2 minutes off the clock or 2.5 or the rest of the game. So Mount Zion makes the play they've been hungry for. They get the ball, but they've got to score in a hurry.
Well, Mount Carmel did not score, but that's a good drive, Scott. He takes 6 minutes off the clock in the 4th quarter, and it really puts the pressure on Mount Zion. They've got to come out wide open right now.
I mean, it was a good drive for the Aces, even though it didn't work for points. Really took time off the clock. Now Mount Zion, less than 5 minutes to go. They trail by 11 points. They take over. And there is the quarterback, an option. He's going to run the ball instead. Jeff Poulos wanted to throw. He rolls to the right side and gets across the 35 to the 37-yard line. And I don't even know if he was going to throw. But Poulos stopped. The 6'2", 217-pound senior looked like he wanted to throw. That probably just froze us enough. Then he started to run again and gets 6 yards. All that for 6 yards at 2nd and 4. The clock is running. No, it's not. It stopped. And why? Did he go out of bounds?
Must have been out of bounds.
I don't remember him going out. I guess he did. 4:51 to go. 2nd down. Now slot to the right side. And here's a handoff. Fumble on the play. Who's got it? Looks like Mount Zion has it. That ball squirted loose at the line of scrimmage with the Braves following it. But the clock is running, and it'll be 3rd and 4. No gain on that. 4 minutes, 35 seconds to go. The clock running.
Yeah, bad connection with the quarterback to the running back, Remley. That ball was loose for a second. Remley fell on it.
The play comes in from Ben McCauley. The clock is running. Man, they're taking their time. 4:20 to go. They're taking their sweet time. Okay, here's a receiver to the left side. Flanker to the right. Backs in the deuce. And here is Hendrickson looking to throw to the left side. The pass is caught. He's drilled, but a 1st down catch. He falls forward across the 40. Howard and Drone on the stop. Pass caught by Vettel. Good for the 1st down. A gain of 7 on the pass play and a 1st down for Mount Zion. With 4:10 to go in the game, they move the chains and they'll start the clock. It's 1st and 10. Aces lead 18-7. Mount Zion has to get something done and in a hurry, and then they have to get the ball back and do it again. They're down by 2 scores. Clock running. 4 minutes left. And here is Hendrickson rolling to the right. Has time. Fires on the run. Incomplete. No flag down. Both the receiver and the defender on the deck. They both went in. Howard did and Vettel did. No flag on the play at the 45-yard line. And it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, nice tackle by Howard before the official could look back there, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
He bumped it up on the ground. The ball's nowhere close.
As it sails over that way, both the guys are on the deck. 2nd and 10 now. Clock stopped. 3:55 to go in the game. Aces trying to get to the semifinals for the 2nd straight year.
Hanging on for dear life for the Aces.
Now Mount Carmel on defense, watches as the Braves send a wide receiver way out to the right side, a slot to the right, backs in the deuce. Hendrickson's back to throw. And he throws back to this side. Wide open, the receiver. He's down the left sidelines and finally knocked out inside the 40-yard line. Great idea. Eric Law snuck back to the weak side, took the pass, caught us napping, and got down to the 39 for a 1st down pass play. That's 19 yards on the pass play and a 1st down for Mount Zion. But you know what? Through it all, they've got to do better than that. 3:47 to go.
Well, the big thing is they got out of bounds. That's the biggest part of that play.
Yeah. And the clock does stop now, even after the change move. Now the backs are in the deuce. Receiver to the left, flanker to the right side. Hendrickson calls the signals. He backs up, wants to throw again. Looking on the fly. Down the left side, there's a bump. The ball is well overthrown out of bounds at around the 10-yard line, intended for Vettel. Wasn't a very good pass at all. Second down. Howard had him well covered, though. But Howard has had Vettel well covered, and that big 6'4 receiver still made a couple of dandy catches. The incomplete pass, second down. We're down to 3:43 to go in the game.
Well, right now, Mount Zion can just drop back, and they can pass 4 downs in a row and hope to get 10 yards. And the clock stops every time you don't catch the ball. It's probably in their interest to do that. We've got to get a good pass rush, put some pressure on Hendrickson in the backfield.
And keep in mind, too, they've got to do all this and get the ball back again, stop Mount Carmel, or to have an onside kick. Second down and 10, and there's a sweep to the right side. Quick handoff to Schultz. He turns it up. He's finally brought down around the 36, and Mount Zion wants to call timeout. Well, apparently not. Vettel turned to the official, wanted to call timeout. The official didn't see it, luckily, because they didn't call it. 3:27 to go, the clock running. Gain of 4 by the ball carrier. And it's 3rd and 6 after that handoff to Justin Schultz, the 165-pound senior. Mount Zion in a huddle. Now here they come out. Here's Vettel checking out wide to the left side. Backs in the deuce for Hendrickson. Receiver to the right side as well. 3rd and 5. And he's looking for Vettel. Now he's hit and dropped.
Wow.
A sack by Conrad. Drilled back at the 40 to the 41-yard line, and the clock continues to run. What a huge play by Conrad. It's 4th and 11 for Mount Zion. This is, in essence, the game for Mount Zion. They're 2 possessions down with 3 minutes to go. If they're stopped here, it's over.
Pump fake, and Conrad went up with it. When he came down, he was all over the quarterback, and he drove him into the ground. Nice hit by Mike Conrad.
Loss of 6. One of the biggest sacks of the year for the Aces. It comes via Conrad. And this is it for Mount Zion. 4th and 11. They got to keep this going. Slotted a wing to the right side. And here is Hendrickson rolling to the left. And he sets and fires. Looking long. Pass is caught. A great catch at the 10-yard line. First down, Mount Zion. Jeff Poulos caught the ball in front of Michael Brewer at the 11-yard line. What a play. 29 yards, and Mount Zion is still alive. 2:27 to go. They move the chains. The chains are moved. They'll start the clock. Mount Zion up over the line of scrimmage. The official hasn't started it yet. And he's almost ready to wind the clock. He starts, and here's Mount Zion. Quickly over center. 11 yards away from a score. Hendrickson back to throw, looking for Vettel. Right side, fires that way. He catches it, coming back to the ball. No, incomplete. Incomplete, couldn't make the catch inside the 5. On the comebacker, Howard on the coverage. Incomplete, clock stops, 2:18 to go. Mount Zion at the Aces' 11-yard line. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown, but that's not even a point. They have to get the touchdown now and then kick an onside kick and get it back. 18-7. Mount Carmel trying to advance to the semifinals. They lead. They've led all day. Second down now for Mount Zion. Receiver split, backs in the deuce. Hendrickson, hands off this time. And ball carrier pushes his way. Remley to around the 8, but the clock's running. They have to hurry. 2:10 to go. Crowd exhorting them on as well. And it's now 3rd down and about 8 or 7 to go. They're still not over center. 2 minutes to go. They're just now getting the play in.
Nice tackle. Josh Woods tripped him up in the backfield that time.
Now they send 2 to the left, to the right side. 2 in pattern to the left. 1 setback. Hendrickson out of the shotgun. He takes the snap. 3rd down. Looks to throw. Turn in, and it's caught. And near the goal line is Justin Schultz. But he is shy. He's brought down inbounds. The clock running. 1:37 to go. And Mount Zion calls a timeout. It'll be 4th down, or will it be? Nope, they move the chains. 1st and goal. 1st and goal. And they are at the 1-yard line. So they did get the first down. I thought they called timeout. They're back up over center. They just moved the chains. That's what the officials whistled. They moved the chains. Here's Mount Zion, 1 yard away. Handoff, ball carrier, got in, touchdown. Touchdown, ball carrier, 1:28 to go. On the score, Donnie Remley. It's 18-13. Hang on here. Remley scores the touchdown. Now Mount Zion will probably go for 2. Because then all they need is a field goal to tie the game if that gives them an option. They might as well go for 2 here Otherwise, if they have to score, the 6 is going to not matter one way or the other. So they're going to go for 2. 18-13, Mount Carmel. And Hendrickson again will operate out of the shotgun. Here is the snap. He looks at the end zone. Pass is tipped around, off a hand, incomplete. It was almost caught off the deflection by Mount Zion. Drone got his hand on the ball, intended for Poulos, but Schultz almost picked it off the deflection. Well, now Mount Zion has to go for a touchdown. 1:28 to go. We'll keep it here. Mount Carmel 18, Mount Zion 13. Well, everybody in the house knows what's going to happen. Everybody knows what's going to happen. Mount Zion is going to try to kick a pooch and try to recover on the onside kick. So Mount Carmel will react. I'm sure we'll have our hands team in there.
Just fall on the ball.
Don't be fancy.
Don't
just
try to run
get
it. Just fall on it.
Let's see who we got on the front line. Hamill, Anderson, Buss, Storkman, Grant. Everybody's pulled up. We've got our hands team on there. All right. This is the game as far as Mount Zion's concerned. 1 minute, 28 seconds to go. They'll kick it from the 40. Mount Carmel has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players right on the 50. It has to go 10 yards before Mount Zion can touch it. Here is the kick. It's a squibber. It bounces high, and Mount Zion has it! Mount Zion has it!
Boy.
What a great onside kick! Mount Zion has the football!
15 teams, the best results ever. So as predicted,
this first passage,
the USSR through
Where our guys were, took a high hop, and number 27, I think it's Jason McClellan, came flying down the sideline.
If he could have caught it on the bounce, he'd have scored a touchdown.
Yes.
Had nobody back there. That ball bounced high, looked like it was going to go right to us, then it bounced over our head, and Mount Zion was there. Now they have the ball at the Aces, 45. That's where they mark it. Mount Zion in a position to win the game. 1:05 to go. Hang on. Wing left, receiver right. Hendrickson options left, and he turns it up inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. He is stopped inbounds. Butler and Drone on the stop. Timeout, Mount Zion. Gain of 5 by the quarterback. 2nd and 5. The clock stops. 1 minute, 18 seconds to go. Remember we talked about at halftime? We hadn't had to use any of our fortune, luck.
Now would be a good time.
We could use some now because they've got quite the receiver in Tim Vettel. He's caught a couple of passes with Howard glued to it. He's 6'4". There's a complete mismatch there. And on top of that, Vettel is one of the best athletes in the school, a member of that state tournament basketball team Mount Zion has.
And as Hendrickson has thrown to 5 receivers, 5 receivers have caught the ball for him in the second half, so a lot of guys eligible out there.
So we've been cruising along all day, and all of a sudden, it is a scary situation here in Mount Zion. They recovered the onside kick. They have the ball at the Aces 40. 2nd down. One wide receiver to the left side. Backs are in the deuce. Another wide receiver. Schultz checks out wide right. Hendrickson sets the club down and backs up. Looks to throw. Passes incomplete. Right off of Vettel's uniform number, and Howard popped him right away. Howard, if we'd have been playing the ball differently, might have gotten the pickoff. But he was worried about the receiver, and why not? Incomplete, 3rd down.
Vettel's had that pass. He looked after he caught the ball when the ball was in his hands, and he looked away and did not catch it.
Nice, solid play by Jake Howard. That was a 1st down catch, had he caught it.
Well, I'm not worried about the 1st down right now.
Yeah, 1:16 to go in the game. 3rd down and 5. Now the Braves send Vettel out to the right side. Howard's out there with it. Wing left, backs in the deuce. 3rd down. Hendrickson hands off. Ball carrier gets away. Left side. He's going to score a touchdown. Oh, my. He did it. Touchdown, Mount Zion. With 1:07 to go. Donnie Rimley scores the touchdown. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. They gave the ball to Rimley. He got outside, tiptoed down the sidelines, came very close to stepping out of bounds at the 20, but kept going. Mount Zion leads by a point, 19-18, a stunner. A stunner. 1:07 to go in the game, and Mount Zion leads for the first time tonight.
Nice run by Rimley. He got outside, turned the corner. We could not catch him. And boy, that horse is making some tracks around here.
Well, he hasn't hurt us all day long until then. Now they're going to go for two. That would force the Aces to do a field goal to tie the game. Now here is Hendrickson out of the shotgun. What an unbelievable comeback. He wants to throw to the end zone, and it is batted around, batted down, incomplete. Well, a field goal would win it for the Aces, but we got to get it back. 1:07 to go in the game. Mount Zion leads Mount Carmel 19-18. The Aces led at one point 18-0.
Well, you go to a lot of football games and watch a lot of onside kicks. You'll not see one as good as Mount Zion pulled off here, and that really turned this thing.
Well, how about this for a turnaround, fans? Unbelievable. But it's not over. 1:07 to go. We've got Luke Drone at our disposal. What will Mount Zion do here? They would, I would imagine, kick a squibber down the field. Ryan Morris has done a good job on kickoff returns. This thing isn't over yet. Mount Zion 19, Mount Carmel 18. A stunning turnaround. But we've got time. And here comes the kick from Poulos. And it is long. Here is the return coming from the 8 to the 10, 15. That's Storkman. Changes directions. Now he's cornered and he's brought down at the 19-yard line. So that's where the Aces take over with 59.6 seconds to go.
Hey, the wind is in our face right now, too, so it's going to hurt the passing attack of Mount Carmel.
Well, if we end up winning the state championship, this will be our miracle for 2001, right here. 59.6 seconds to go. The Aces have 81 yards to go. Not really all the yards. We do have to get in position for a kick, but the wind is against us. Now Drone has Grant and another receiver to the left side. One setback. Andy drops back, throws. It's almost picked off. Incomplete. Almost picked off of Grant. Eric Law on defense. Incomplete, second down. 55.8 seconds to go. Second down. Luke Drone scored on the third play from scrimmage, 65 yards. We led 12-0 at halftime, expanded the lead to 18-0. But Mount Zion has stormed back and they lead. After recovering an onside kick after a score. Drone. Left side pass caught by Brewer. Will he get out of bounds? And he does. First down catch out of bounds and around the 30-yard line. 46.4 seconds to go. 9 seconds off the clock. And it'll be, is it a first down or not? They're right over there on the marker. And we don't know yet. The officials are looking it over, I think.
They're going to measure it.
And they only have to go a couple of inches to measure. It's barely in bounds over there on that side of the field.
First down.
First down, Aces. Gain of 10. Unbelievable. Now the Aces have the ball first and 10 from the 30-yard line. Here is Grant. Checking out to the left side. Well, the officials still are messing around with the football and the chains. I think we have all our timeouts available, don't we?
I think you're right. I don't think we've used any in this second half.
It's first down. All right. What was that score? Oh, thought they had a score on the betting game. I missed it. They've reset the clock, I think, to 48.2. Okay. That's what the officials wanted. Mount Zion leads 19-18. The Aces led until the final 2 minutes. Now Mount Zion has the lead. And we are 70 yards away from a touchdown or maybe a field goal, or the season is over. Now, Giants fans, making some noise. Now, Carmel's fans making some noise. See what the Aces come up with. Wings both ways, receiver to the left, one setback. Drone back to throw. Looking. Pass incomplete. On a little slant pass to the left side, which would have been good for 9 yards. Now the clock stops with 44.7 seconds to go. Are we working them short, setting them up for something longer? Are we softening them up? Maybe we'll go for a big blow here. 2nd and 10.
Maybe that little bubble pass will be right about now.
Maybe just go over the top. How about a pass to the tight end? How about a pass to Hamill? Now the Aces send everybody out. We may use the bubble screen. 2nd and 10. Empty backfield. Drone. Pop pass. Left side. Howard's got it. Running room. To the 40. To the 45. And he gets out of bounds near midfield. To the 49. They stop the clock. Slow clock, as you might imagine. 36.8 seconds to go. And down at the 49. So a completion that time to the first down to the 49. Now, we have to get the ball very close. We're kicking against the wind. Wolf was even practicing his field goals, and he was really missing them, even at halftime, so we're having trouble into the wind. It might not even be an option, and it would be the coach's decision, and you couldn't blame Darren Peach if he decides to not even go for a kick. But we're not even near there yet. We're 51 yards away. 36.8 seconds to go, and time has stopped here. I don't think we called a timeout. I think the officials are ready for everything. Okay, they're making sure they're set. Aces have the ball. 1st and 10 from the 49. What are we going to do? More long ball. Here's Anderson, Grant, and Storkman this way. 2 receivers to the left side. And Drone, empty backfield. Swing pass, pass caught. Running room, down the left side. Still going. Knocked out of bounds. Way upfield, they say. At around the 44-yard line. Pass is caught by Howard. Give him about 7 or 8. It's 2nd down, but he got out of bounds. Clock stops with 33.0 left. And we are 44 yards away from the end zone.
We're really passing the ball well, and Howard's running well on the left side.
Now let's see if we bring it back to this side or go vertical. Let's see. Again, 5 receivers out. Empty backfield. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Drone calls and backs up. Now the swing pass. Oh, slant pass caught by Brewer to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. He's going to get in. Touchdown! Brewer scores a touchdown with 25 seconds to go. The Aces lead. That's our miracle. A big touchdown pass to Brewer. Unbelievable. 44 yards. 44 yards. Brewer caught the pass. We score the touchdown. Mount Carmel leads 24-19. Can you believe it? Unbelievable. Up the middle, they couldn't catch him. Brewer ran all the way up the field and scored the touchdown. Unbelievable.
And let me say one time that Darren Peach is a genius. Twice in a row, the swing pass the left side. Howard broke it. That time he faked left, slant up the middle, and Brewer caught it. What a great run by Brewer to finish it off for the touchdown. We're ahead in the ball game.
That's one of the great plays in Aces playoff history, right there. Brewer's catch and run. Now Howard holds. Here's the snap. Ball down. The kick by Drone is through. Aces lead 24-19. What a turnaround in a game full of them. One of the greatest plays in Aces playoff history. What a catch by Brewer. We'll keep it here. 25.1 seconds to go. Have you ever in your life seen something like that?
Not in my life. At 1:30 to go in the ball game, we were ahead 18-7. They scored on a 1-yard run. Onside kick, they scored at 1:07 and went ahead 19-18. And at 25.1 seconds, we go back ahead.
My, oh my, oh my. What a play. You know, he did that little fake thing again. He faked the swing pass, and in a blink of an eye, Luke Drone faked it, then delivered the ball in a slant pass to Brewer. He caught the ball. He must have run through 6 or 7 or 8 would-be Brave tacklers. Nobody got him, and he scored the touchdown. 44 yards, one of the greatest TDs in our history.
And a
unbelievable.
Great run by Brewer after the catch.
Wait till you see this on TV. Oh, yeah, his run was as magnificent as the fake by Drone and his catch.
Hey, this game is still not over yet.
It's 25-19 Mount Carmel. A miracle here in 2001. And what did we say? if we end up winning the state championship, that's the play we'll remember for the whole year. That touchdown from Drone to Brewer.
Boy, never say die.
We didn't up here, did we? Somehow we sensed it. My, oh my. Now here's Drone kicking the ball off. Here comes the boot. And it will sail long and maybe go out of bounds, and it will go out of bounds at the 10. Flag down. Well, they may allow the Braves to get it at 35. Well, you're right. It's not over, is it? How many timeouts does Mount Zion have?
I think they've got 2 left, if I counted them correctly. They called one at 1:18. They should have 2 left, and this game is not over 25 seconds. A lot of scoring is taking place in the last 2 minutes.
We have gone from one of the worst moments in Aces football history to one of the best. In the blink of an eye. Now let's don't turn it back around. 1st and 10. Quarterback out of the shotgun. Everybody out. Long ball to the right side. It is caught. Dropped. Incomplete. Caught and dropped on the right side of the 42-yard line. 2nd down. We're down to 21.1 seconds to go. Can you believe the emotional tearings that have been going on in this game?
Well, I do not think John Hendrickson could throw the ball very far.
Well, they have another quarterback they sometimes bring in, and there he comes. Here comes Blake Anderson. He likes to come in passing situations, and they're going to go to him right now. He's a 170-pound sophomore. He has the better arm than Hendrickson, and they're going to insert him. That's a tough spot for this kid. 21 seconds to go. He's in the shotgun. 4 receivers, 2 split to each side. Low snap. He's back. He steps up. He's cracked. Brought down. It's Isle. And it's Johnston on the sack. Mount Zion forced to call a timeout with 14.6 to go. The sack made back at the 28-yard line. And it'll be 3rd down from there after the timeout. Holy mackerel. What a day this has been. We led 18-0. Mount Zion scored once, and you could sense the game was changing, and we talked about it back then. They stopped us on offense, began to reassert themselves. We couldn't really regain control. Then they scored the touchdown, working nicely down the field. We knew they were going to get the onside kick or try it, but they got it. And then they scored the touchdown, and Remley swinging it outside. He doesn't have that much speed. We just let him get loose. And Remley scored. That's his longest run of the day. We'd bottlenecked him up all day.
He had one run of 16 yards early, but that's the only time he's broken one.
And then they had the lead, and would you believe what happened next? We took the ball at our 19-yard line with 1 minute to go. 59 seconds is when we had the ball after the kickoff. And we scored. Wow, what an amazing comeback. Now it's 3rd and long for Mount Zion. Well, hold your breath. 3rd and 17. And it's Anderson out of the shotgun. Here he is back to throw. He fires long down the left side. It is tipped around by Howard, and it's incomplete. And we're down to 4th down with 9.2 seconds to go.
Scott, I think back in 1973 when they hatched up this playoff idea, this is what they had in mind.
Oh, what a dandy game. I mean, what we saw here today is as big as anything that happened in 1981. It isn't as grand as the Nashville Rally, but an individual play by Brewer is as good as anything we saw in 1981. Without a doubt, the play that we just made in 2001. It's one of the all-time great plays we've ever seen. And it worked for the Aces, but now can we hang on? It's 4th down for Mount Zion. Back at the 25, the quarterback on the shotgun. And they're in on him. Woods tries to get him. He lets go of the ball, and it's caught. Oh, what a great catch. 1st down at the 46-yard line. My, oh my, Mount Zion with 2.5 seconds to go will have one last play. The catch made by Eric Law. A great catch, diving to his right. So now Mount Zion has another play.
And I don't think Law was the intended receiver. I think he overthrew the receiver, and Law dove for it and got it, and it had presence of mind enough to call timeout.
This game isn't over yet. Timeout with 2.5 seconds to go.
One more play.
One more play. We've got to wait through a timeout. Can you believe it? Can you make it? All right, let's take a 30-second break, Glenn. In 30 seconds, we'll be back in a moment.
Well, Scott, thanks for inviting me to
one.
At Lawrenceville Manor,
No one's coming through.
when you need a smile,
When you need a friend to lean on,
we'll be there.
we'll be there for you.
We promise.
Know that we will stand by
smile.
We will stand by you.
We promise.
The quarterback of the shotgun. Anderson back to throw. He has time, steps up, lets it fly down the right side, and it is tipped around incomplete. Aces win. That's it. The Aces have won the game, and they're going to the semifinals. An unbelievable rally. Mount Carmel beats Mount Zion, and the Aces fans and players tumble into the end zone congratulating one another. Mount Carmel has beaten Mount Zion 25-19 in a stunning turn of events.
Probably the best football game I've seen in 20 years, Scott. That's unbelievable for Mount Carmel.
We didn't just come off our deathbed. We came out of the funeral home. Unbelievable. The Aces rally in the game's final minute to go 81 yards and win the game 25-19. We're going to be back. We'll be on the field in just a moment.
We have a very simple philosophy. Whatever you do it well. We're committed to provide you with the very best in healthcare. Wabash General Hospital. Whatever you do it well.
Hi, I'm Rob Coleman, President of First National Bank. It's time for Aces football, and we're fired up. We're also fired up about your banking business. If you're unhappy where you are now, I would like to personally invite you to come to First National Bank, where you can expect traditional banking service, low fees, and no hassle. And we've been around since 1906. And by the way, go Aces.
History. Tell us about your game.
Well, we thought we had the game won there when we got up 18-0, and football is kind of a fickle sport. A couple bad bounces here and there, and we're looking up and we're down, and our guys never quit. We didn't quit at Bethalto when we were down, didn't look good, and we didn't quit out here, and the persistence paid off.
Well, as Luke Jones' faking ability, he fakes a little bubble screen pass and flips it on the slant, and Brewer, what a marvelous job of running after. They must have run through 7 or 8 Braves tackles.
Yeah, not bad for a slow split end out there, pulling away from all those Braves tacklers out there. Great job by him. We set it up well, nickel and dime them deaf on the sideline right there, and then we hit him with a big one.
Well, you said the midline option might be over for Luke Jones, and certainly it wasn't, especially in the first half.
Yeah, early in the first half, early on in the games, defensively, it's hard for other teams to catch on to what we do. Then they kind of settled in a little bit, and fortunately we were up and came out with a victory.
Well, we talk a lot about those great plays in 81, but if we're to win the state championship, this is the one they're going to remember this day here at Mount Zion.
Yeah, this definitely was our Nashville right here, and hopefully we can do like the 81 team is and bring it home.
Man, unbelievable. Congratulations. We're going to get Luke and Michael. Right. Thank you very much.
It's Jimmy Johnson.
Let's get number 21 on. Where's Luke? Let's grab Luke. Hey, Nick, how you doing? Very good. Another win. Thanks. Yeah, you too. Okay, let's get Luke John in here. You hear a lot of old-timers talking about Nashville in 1981, but you guys have got to Nashville. One of the greatest moments in history.
Oh, yeah. We thought we were dominating the whole game. We thought we had them. Our defense pulled them all game. They started passing a little bit towards the end. They got that last score. He tripped up and he just went on the sideline.